Good evening, everyone. We will now begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for blessings and protection received while participating in the construction of paradise on earth. Amatsu-Norito and Miroku prayer, please stand. Takamahara kamsumarimasu. Kamurogi kaburomi no mikoto mochite. Sumemiyoya kabu izanagi no mikoto tsukushi no gimuka no tachi hana no odo no awagi hara ni misogi hara itamo utoki ni narimaseru araido no kami tachi moro moro no magagoto tsumi kegare o Arai tamae kiyome tamae tomao sukoto no yoshio Amatsu kami kunitsu kami ya oyoro suno kami tachi tomoni Amen no fuchi koma no mimi furi tatete Kikoshi meseto kashiko mimu maosu Miroku o mikami, mamori tamae, saki hae tamae. Miroku o mikami, mamori tamae, saki hae tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kami, mamori tamae, saki hae tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kami, mamori tamae, saki hae tamae. Kun nagara tamachi haemase. Kun nagara tamachi haemase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei. May God and Meishu-sama bless you. Johrei is now concluded. We'll now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. Johrei. Johrei cleanses and purifies the spirit. It truly is a baptism by fire. Because the material world is so clouded, only through Johrei miracles will we realize God's power. Purification can best be achieved by channeling God's great light, Johrei, the lifeline to true salvation. It is God who performs miracles, not us. When an overwhelming blessing or a wondrous response to a prayer is experienced, the event is generally considered a miracle. Through this kind of action, a person is moved to feel deep reverent gratitude, and a faith so strong he or she is protected from misfortune. By having such an experience, one learns the priceless value of true faith. A single personal experience is worth 100 theories. Worldwide peace and the establishment of a sound, virtuous society can be achieved only when all people come to believe in the existence of God through experiencing God's miracle working power, and a spiritual culture becomes a reality. In this period of the Great Transition, God is releasing the divine light for us. And such an intense, magnificent light it is, performing one miracle after another. Never before in history have mortals been so blessed. Thank you all very much. Good evening to everyone. Thank you for joining us for this evening prayer, where we had the opportunity to pray for our families, for our friends, for our ancestors, for all those connected with us spiritually, for all those who are going through this COVID-19, and all those who are going through all kinds of purifications. We pray for all of them, but especially we pray with gratitude to God for our life, for being here. Meishu-sama says a way to live in one of his teachings. We have to think about how is my life today? How am I living my life today? I understand that the life we are living today has everything to do with our spiritual condition. It has everything to do with our spiritual level. We do have a spiritual body and a physical body, and that of spirit is present. It precedes the physical. That means everything in our mind, in our thoughts that is invisible has more to do with our spirit. It precedes and it influences our physical lives. You do know that we all belong to a certain position in the spiritual realm. This is because we all have this, spiritual body located in some level in this spiritual realm. The same way our physical body, our life belongs to a certain level of happiness in this world. Our spirit also belongs to a high level or intermediate or inferior level in this spiritual world. And that is to know that this is the key to transform everything, to change our spiritual condition, to raise up our level, our spiritual level. And we must do something about this. That is why we must understand this teaching, the way of life, and practice it. Meishu-sama is teaching us through his teachings how we can create a civilized society, a pleasant world that can be called paradise on earth. So that's why we have to begin to do something about it. And the most important thing to do is by practicing virtue. That's why we have Johrei. The more Johrei we give, we help other people, we change our spiritual condition. Yeah. Now, how can we begin to practice this new way of life? A new way of life is for everyone who is seeking. It's for all ages, young, teenager, adult, and elderly. There's no age for spiritual growth. If you think, oh, I'm too old for this, for that, no. Spiritual growth is for eternity. It's forever. I'd like to give you some points about Meishu-sama's teachings in this regard, our way to live. Point number one, if you want to practice a new way to live, number one, guide others with kindness, love, and impartiality. Guide other people. Give them guidance, support. Bring them to receive Johrei. Join them with prayers, but always guide someone. This is a new way to live. So you don't think of only yourself, but you always think of someone, giving a call or sending a message. So guide others, first point. Second point, become one who can bear or can tolerate any hardship or any misunderstanding with a smile, as though it were nothing. This part is very hard, very difficult, but you have to bear any hardship and tolerate it with a smile, thinking everything's gonna be all right. There's always a reason for things to be happening. And the third point, learn with difficult situation, and remember always that God is watching you. He's training you, and he's giving you many lessons to learn. That means there is always a way to grow, even when you're going through hardship. Learn with problems. Number 4, control your indignation at some wrong committed against you, against oneself. Control your indignation. I'm so irritated. Control. Have faith and believe things will get better. Number 5, bear any injustice or humiliation calmly, without giving way to anger. And this is the first stage in our, spiritual training. Then learning self-control. To learn self-control is not an easy thing to do. Even Meishu-sama says, if your spiritual level is growing, is elevating, if you're going to a higher level, just check if you are able to control your anger. If you can bear, you can control now what you couldn't control before, that's a spiritual growth. Number 6, whatever irritates or offends you, this is God's way of molding your character. Molding your character. Whatever is irritating you, offending you, you take this as God's training me, and you learn always something from it. And number 7, I believe a way to live according to Meishu-sama is the attitude of ones who trust in God. Trust in God. And to finish, there is this poem. I think I already had read that to you before. It's an interesting poem that says, I ask, it's from an unknown author, unknown. It says, I ask God for strength, and he gave me difficulties to make me strong. I asked for wisdom, and God gave me problems to solve. I asked for prosperity, and God gave me strong muscles and brains to work. And I asked for courage, and God gave me danger moments to overcome. And I asked for patience, and God placed me in situations where I was forced to wait. And I asked for love, to increase my love for others. So God gave me troubled people to help. I asked for favors, and God gave me opportunities. I received nothing I wanted, but I received everything I needed. My prayers have been answered. I'd like to thank you all very much. I wish you all a very good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow in our morning service at 10 a.m. Thank you all very much, and have a good evening. And this brings to a conclusion our evening service. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and have a blessed evening.